You got questions, we've got answers. Just ask Kenan. Hey, what's going on everyone? Kenan here. Today's Ask Kamp Kenan question comes from Johnathan, and Johnathan wanted me to go over the key differences of the foods I feed each of my tortoises. And here at the camp, I have so many tortoises that I actually keep things very simple. I break it up into two classes. You've got your grassland or desert species of tortoise, and then you have your forest species of tortoise. And the simplest thing I can tell you is your grassland tortoises are going to eat less fruit than your forest species. So right over here, you guys can have a look. There is the Madagascan radiated tortoise, and they are just, well, look at that. A mango just fell as I was talking to you. We got mango trees. So they're eating some fruit right now, which they don't eat a lot of. They only eat fruit seasonally. So seasonally, I allow these guys to eat some fruit. It's good for them. There's a lot of vitamins in it. There's a lot of moisture in it, and they love it. So it's a really fun treat, and it falls right out of the trees. We've got 5 mango trees on the property. The leopard tortoise, which is another grassland species, also eats the mangoes that fall. And I throw them in here for these guys. I also throw them in for another desert type species that eats a high fiber diet, and that's the sulcata tortoise. And they're over here, and there's a mango right now that seems to have fallen into here that no one has found. But eventually, trust me, they're gonna find this. I'll also throw the mango into the ponds, and the turtles in the pond will eat them. There's a mango floating right there. These guys haven't found it yet. And there's more mangoes falling everywhere. This is really cool. So this is kind of fun. We're gonna throw this one in there. So I allow these guys to eat fruit seasonally, because they would find fruit seasonally in their native ranges. I don't think it would be mango, but it is definitely, they're definitely gonna eat fruit. These guys are herbivores, so they'll make use of anything that they can kind of find when they're wandering around. Oop, my goodness, there's so many fruits falling, and these are from the squirrels. Look at this. The squirrels get a lot of it as well. So the squirrels will eat some of this, but I'm gonna just toss them in here because there's plenty for those guys, the leopard tortoises, to eat, and I wanna make sure these guys get some as well. So that's one difference. That's one thing I do. Getting back on track here and explaining to you folks about what I do here. Now, there's plenty of videos that I've put out about nutrition, and you can check those out on the back catalog. But again, guys, like I said, it's going to be 2 different types of tortoises, or 2 different types of foods you're going to feed them, or where they're from, actually. And I know I'm not being exactly clear. You've got your grassland species that are going to eat a lot of flowers, which I like to pluck right off here. Just throw them down for them. And your forest species, which are basically going to eat the same thing the grassland species are going to eat, except they're going to eat more fruit. It's that simple, guys. Really doesn't have to be very difficult. Everyone gets so worried about diet. As long as you're feeding them the proper diet, which you can check out the Kamp Kenan videos on nutrition, they're going to be fine. If a grassland species eats a little bit of non-citrus fruit, it's not a big deal. They're going to be fine. So all my tortoises get Missouri. The grassland tortoises will eat this elephant grass. And my mountain tortoise and elongated tortoise, which we'll go over to now, they're going to eat a lot more fruit. They're going to eat a lot more of the Missouri. They can take a higher protein content, because sometimes a lot of the forest species are going to eat carrion or dead animals. Sometimes they'll even eat earthworms. But that's, you know, something that doesn't have to be done all the time. So just to give you an idea of grassland species, you've got your Greek tortoises, Russian tortoises, sulcata tortoises. You've got your pancake tortoises. You're gonna have, did I say leopards? I think I did. You're gonna have radiated tortoises. All those are gonna eat a high fiber diet, lower fruit content. But your cherry heads, your redfoots, your elongateds, your mountain tortoise, any tortoise that lives, yellowfoot tortoise, any tortoise that lives in forested areas is going to eat a higher fruit and higher protein content, because they have more opportunity to come across carrion and fruit. So that's basically what I do, guys. The basic diet, they get Missouri. All of them get Missouri, but the grassland tortoises will get grass. These guys get more fruit. It's really that simple. Go check out our videos on nutrition, and I get more in detail with that. This is just an Ask Kamp Kenan question, so I just wanted to make sure I explained that, how I do it. I kind of keep things simple here, and this way, you know, you're not preparing specific foods for all the different animals. That's why I like to keep tortoises and the cycloriguana, because those guys eat generally the same thing. Funnily, strangely enough, these guys, the good old cyclura, they don't eat as much fruit as well. Most of the islands they're found on are what we would call desert islands in the Caribbean. So these guys are going to eat mostly your high fiber greens, flowers, lots of different plants, and every once in a while they get a little fruit, but not all the time. So there you have it. A little bit on nutrition, a little bit on the diet, and how I feed these guys. I hope it answered your question, Jonathan. And that's that. We'll have another Kamp Kenan episode coming out on Sunday. And don't forget to become a patron so you can get your own Ask Kamp Kenan question asked on the main channel. Go to Kamp Kenan or patreon.com/Kamp Kenan to become a Patreon member. See you guys soon. Bye.